Hi, my name is Maliha. I got 10 grade 9s in my GCSEs, including in GCSE Maths, and today I'm going to give you my advice on how you can try to maximise your grade and your marks in the maths paper tomorrow. Just want to say that the example that I did for maths was Edexcel, so my advice may be a bit tailored towards Edexcel, but there will be crossover because of course the examples are similar, but just bear that in mind. First piece of advice is regarding the calculator. So what you want to do is first of all reset your calculator. That way you know that if you were to accidentally go into another mode on your calculator, that wouldn't affect you in the exam, so you're covered in that sense. Get used to all the calculator functions as well, so you know where the fraction button is, the powers, the roots, the different trig functions. Make sure you're completely used to all of those and you know them like the back of your hand, that when you go into your exam you're not going to be confused looking for them. Before your exam tomorrow, have a skim read through the specification for your exam board and see if there are any gaps in your knowledge or any weak topics. If there are any weak topics or gaps in your knowledge, go and fill them in by watching a video such as the Corbett Maths videos on YouTube. And once you watch the video, go and do the practice questions for that topic, which you can find on the Corbett Maths website. Once you're happy that you're up to scratch with all the content, then spam past papers. Do as many questions as you can, as all the questions you can get your hands on. And you can do that on Corbett Maths or on Physics and Maths Tutor or the exam board websites themselves. Just doing loads and loads of questions is probably the most effective way to revise for maths. As you're doing the past papers, when you mark them, if you make any mistakes, put the mistakes on a document or on a piece of paper, and then on the morning of your exam, read through all the mistakes that you made. Don't just revise purely all the calculator stuff, because there may be some non-calculator stuff in there as well, or there will be. For example, algebraic fractions. You can't use the calculator for algebraic fractions, right? But you know, when you're doing your revision, you would want to primarily focus on the calculator stuff. For example, going over things like the quadratic formula, the trig functions, because those things will likely come up. And I would recommend looking at things like predicted papers, because the predictions are more likely to be accurate, because we've already done paper 1, so that would have narrowed down the topic list, if you know what I mean. So therefore the predictions for paper 2 are more likely to be accurate because there's a lower topic list. But with the predictions, don't rely on them completely, because you know, it's just a prediction, it could be wrong. You want to be broad with your revision, but focus and hone in on the stuff that has been predicted as well. In the exam, make sure you're making full use of the calculator. For any little calculation you have, try and use the calculator, because it will save time. You've been given it for a reason. And when you're doing the calculations, try and do the calculation 2 or 3 times over, just to make sure you haven't typed in any numbers wrong or put the wrong operation, for example. But that's only if you have time. If you're the type of person to run out of time during the exam, but maybe don't do that, but I would recommend doing it just to make sure. Make sure you're double checking units as well as usual, and as you're doing the question paper, if there's any questions you don't understand, or if there's any questions you're unsure about, even if you've come to an answer, just put a star next to it so you know to come back to it at the end, because you want to put something down for every question. Even if you're unsure about it, just putting something down may give you method marks, and you want to get as many marks as possible. That's all my advice. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, or you can email me. My email is in my channel bio. Good luck with your exams, you got this, and yeah, bye guys.